to Background Talk. This season, we're bringing you behind the scenes conversations with awesome coaches who are shaping the future of fitness. I'm your host, Candace Dixon, CMO of OPEX and CoachRx. In this episode, I sit down with Michal Scepko as he shares his journey from competitive swimmer to military service member to becoming a professional coach. Michal dives into how he started coaching during military deployment in 2012 and how discovering OPEX transformed his approach to client care. He walks us through building a high-touch coaching service, managing the delicate balance between time and energy, and the importance of continuing education, especially in the areas of nutrition and women's health. What really shines through is his emphasis on truly listening to his clients and understanding their goals while maintaining the discipline and structure that shaped his own path. Whether you're a career coach or thinking about coaching as your next move, this episode is packed with actionable insights. All right, let's jump into my chat with Michal.
Hey, ciao, Candace. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Pretty well, thank you.
What was today like?
My day. Actually, my day was really busy because I started with my clients from the 7 a.m. till 10:30, something like that. Then I went home, eat, and spend time with my children. Then working out with my online clients, and now working with you.
How many children do you have?
3.
3. What are their ages?
Well, 3 and 1.
And are they into sports as well as they're growing up?
Oh yeah, yeah. And actually, you know what is really funny that now I have a disco down in my house because they are playing with my wife, and they are really loud. So I was asking them, please try to be quiet because we are recording.
It's okay. We're all family at OPEX, so we love you. Well, amazing. These are very casual conversations. The whole point is for us to get to know you and be able to learn from your journey as your career has developed. So I like to start from the very beginning of just what it was that inspired you to become a coach and what that journey looked like for you.
Okay, so let's go. So actually, I've been working out since my childhood. I started as a competitive swimmer, and then I added strength training and powerlifting to my routine, and I've never stopped. And actually, I discovered functional fitness during my military training with the U.S. Navy SEALs when I was with them in the USA. And I began my coaching career in 2012 during my military deployment in Afghanistan when I started coaching kettlebell classes at the Kandahar CrossFit box during my free time. And when I came home, I deepened my studies and passed my first strength and conditioning coach certifications. And right after that, I opened my own something like a CrossFit gym. And I poured my soul and all my energy into the gym. And the biggest challenge came when one of my athletes won several local CrossFit competitions and asked me to help him go further, like to win international competitions. To be honest, actually, I realized that this was limit of my knowledge. And at that point, okay, so that's the time when I discovered OPEX and I began the CCP program. I started to communicate with James Fitzgerald, Mike Lee, and some other guys from OPEX because I was applying all my knowledge, and I had tons of questions, and probably I was the pain in their ass, but so yeah, but really I started the OPEX at the time, so I realized that. Uh, this was the field I wanted to work in. And I love working with people, helping them improve and supporting them in reaching their goals. And that's my why. That's my why I love to coach people, why I do it, why I do what I do. And I had been coaching people during my free time, and much of my work was voluntary, okay, because I was still in military that time. And in 2022, I attended something like a casting, like a casting or job interview with the biggest Slovakian MMA star. He's the former Bellator champion MMA, and he was looking for a strength and conditioning coach for his upcoming season because actually I was coaching some of their fighters, and I reached very good strength and conditioning goals of them, and they were very strong. They were doing very well, and for that reason, I was asked to join their like interview, and actually I was chosen, and that was the time when I left the military after 20 years, and I started my professional coaching career. So yeah, so
So was that a televised season, an event for Bellator, or was that just his competitive season when
actually,
you said audition, or was it with more of audition for the role?
no, it was called like the fight of the century because he had two uh like fights, and yeah, it was actually like the biggest Czechoslovakian fights there. Yeah, he had two fights, yeah, and yeah, it was very good time. I learned a lot because I was working with like semi-professional MMA fighters. It was really good and cool, but now it was very, how to say, there wasn't place for mistake. You understand? So I had to work really on each detail, and it was very good because he was actually he's 39. His coaches, like MMA coaches, told me like, Michael, we are working with this guy more than 20 years, and he had never been in strength and conditioning, how to say, form.
That sharp.
Yeah, like he's now. Really, he was really very well prepared. So, and yeah, I was very happy, very happy. Yeah, because when we
But then
started
since 2022, you stayed focused on coaching MMA athletes since then?
professionally, yes, but I have like 10, maybe 12 in-person clients, and they are like GPP, general population, and two professional MMA fighters. Yeah, yeah. But
Amazing.
yeah,
Both MMA fighters in Bellator, or have they
no,
crossed
no, no.
over to different
One
organizations?
was in Bellator, and one is like Slovakian. Yeah, so yeah, it was very cool. But to be honest, the biggest passion is to work with GPP because everybody is different, and everybody has his own life, his own problems, his own BMW. When I assess them, and it's yeah, it's kind of big challenge every time for me. Yeah, so I'm still studying. Like nowadays.
My goodness, you've done so much. I have so many questions that I'm like, I don't know which way to go. Oh, yeah. That's a great book.
So I'm still studying. Yeah. So
So in 20, was it 2017, 2018 when you came across OPEX and connected with James and Mike Lee? And
two,
okay. And did you ever make it out to headquarters, or did you do everything virtually?
no, I was with James in Belgium, and yeah, that's it, and everything online. But yeah, one time in Belgium together.
Amazing. So you went through CCP when James was leading it and probably attended some of the AMAs virtually, and
Yes.
maybe I don't think we were doing immersions virtually back then. I think those immersions were all live. So maybe you didn't go to those.
Yes. And actually, it was very funny because first time when I met OPEX, James OPEX, uh, I asked like, hey, please, can I have like assessment part of the course? They told me like, yes, it's possible. So I paid for assessment. Then I said, good. Now I need to do the program design. They told me, okay, good. I paid for program design. And then I said, okay, I need nourishment. They told me, it's the problem. Now we stop, and you have to go through the whole CCP again. I was like, really? So I had to pay for the whole CCP again. Again, the whole CCP assessment program.
Back then, that was when everything was segmented and then it was
Yes,
combined into one program.
yes, exactly. Yeah. So
Do you feel like it was a different learning experience from the time that you did the segmented assessment and program design versus the comprehensive course?
Actually, probably yes, because from 2016 till now, the CCP changed a lot. But fortunately, uh, I'm sorry, I have to turn off my phone. Yeah. So yeah, because I really love OPEX and the CCP. Really, I love it. Why? Because I printed all handouts, all handbook, everything. I printed and studied. Because during my military career, a lot of time I didn't have like internet connection in the boots or somewhere. So I took the books with me, so I have tons of old CCP books. And yeah, actually there was one book when what was written by like AI or something, like James was talking and something was writing his words. You know?
Oh, yes, I remember the original books or transcriptions from the videos.
Yes, exactly. So that's what I have.
Yeah, I know back then there was a lot of international, especially Spanish speaking was so in demand. So we would translate the video scripts into Spanish notes. Yeah, I mean that gosh, there was so many generations. Now it's very, very different, but that's amazing that you were part of some of the original pieces. So
Yeah.
tell me more about the military. You said US Navy SEALs, but so were you born and raised in the States and then moved out of the country or?
No, 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 no. I'm Slovakian, and we are a NATO country, and we had the opportunity because I was actually okay. I was the combat diver. Okay, when I was in military, I was combat diver instructor, and I had a chance to go to the USA to pass BATS, basic underwater demolition SEAL course. It's really tough. It was very, very hard, and just a few guys came through, and unfortunately, I was one of them. Yeah, so I spent in the US like 18 months because I was studying there for like military schools, and then at the end, US Navy SEALs course.
No. How do you feel like that part of your life has influenced the coach that you are?
A lot, a lot. Trust me, a lot, because when you work with crazy guys like Navy SEALs, and they were hammering you every day, and you are looking to things differently. I look into the training different. Okay, I'm not thinking that discomfort is the obstacle, and stuff like that. Yeah, I started to learn how to feel good in shitty shit. Yeah,
It's the Jamesism for sure.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's shitty shit state.
I know people are like, "What?" If you know OPEX, then you know that phrase.
Yes, that's why I used it. Yeah, so yeah, it changed all my point of view, and people maybe like me or something because of my approach to them. Because I'm still like green face, like military. Okay, so when I'm working with them, I'm not like okay, baby, you don't have time. Okay, you don't have to come. Okay, you feel not good. Okay, sorry. No, come on, man. Everybody has good days and bad days. So come on, let's working out. And every time at the end of the day, everybody's happy.
Very, very true. Tell me about the transition from military life to civilian life and what and why you chose coaching as the profession to sort of bridge the gap, because I know that can be a big struggle for a lot of ex-military. And we tend to have quite a large military group of coaches. I mean, even Carl, our CEO, same thing,
Yes.
came with military and transitioned into coaching.
Actually, I wanted to ask Carl because I think I've met him in Afghanistan, in Kandahar. I think one day I will ask him because I don't know why, but he was very familiar to my face.
No, I don't
And
know
yes,
much about what he was doing, but I know he was in the medic space.
yeah. And
So if you were in,
I was coaching a lot of medics, and I was working with them a lot, especially in Kandahar hospital. So yeah, because I was the squad leader, and I was working with the American HQ and the Slovakian HQ a lot. So yeah, okay, whatever. So what was the transition? It wasn't that hard because during my military career I was managing people. I was managing all people, and I was still in field. and doing like combat stuff and still working with something or with somebody. And the day when I finished military, actually next day, right after I finished military, I jump into my gym and work with MMA athletes. So I didn't have time to think like, okay, what's going on right now? I started like, okay, guys, let's start my own company, okay, because it's business. So I had to start my company, and yeah, and business life just started. So yeah, it was very fast. It was actually jumping out from the very fast train and jumping in to the very fast train as well. So actually, I'm still in run.
Yeah, very much so. Was there mentorship along the way outside of obviously you seeking the education, mentorship from other coaches or business owners for you to kind of break into the industry? Tell me a little bit about what that was like for you.
Uh, Actually, yes, but when I was transitioning and then I was speaking with some coaches or mentors, it wasn't what I expected. Okay, so actually I found a really good advice from businessmen from different fields. Okay, from absolutely different fields. They told me like, hey Michael, when you are working with people, you should do you should do it like this. And when you are working with a community, do it like that way because it worked for me. So I was looking for guys who reached what I want to reach. What do you understand me? Yeah, no. So I wasn't looking for people like somebody told me, okay, I'm a coach, and his results were, I'm sorry, but nothing for me. Okay, so I was looking for guys who reached what I wanted to reach. So I was speaking a lot with some businessmen. Yeah.
What do you feel like were some of the biggest hurdles that you had to overcome when getting started, right? Exiting the military, getting into setting up your gym and your business. What were some of the biggest obstacles that you had to overcome and how did you approach them?
Managing my time. Yeah, because to be honest, that's not problem to have money, but problem is to have time. And that's a really big problem for me because I have 3 children. uh I have actually 2 companies, because I'm a gym owner, plus I have my own company. And yeah, it's very hard to managing my time. That's what I need to like find the balance between time and money, or time, family, business. It's very hard for me, yeah, because
Have you implemented any strategies that have helped you navigate some of that that
I,
worked or things that didn't work that other people could learn from?
no, because it's really different. Everybody has different life. My life is really different because a lot of people don't understand what is it to coach online people, plus you have to coach the in-person people, plus you have to be the father, plus I'm the head coach in my gym, and there is a community, so I have to struggling between all those stuff. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard.
Yeah. Now, did you end up doing, I'm sure in the beginning you were doing a lot of this all on your own, but over time, did you develop staff underneath you at the gym to support some of
Uh,
those responsibilities? And what was that process like for you growing the business?
it's hard because I hired 3 coaches and I'm working with them. But to be in military, when you think that you are doing everything the best, so yeah, you are expecting what you do. I'm expecting it from my coaches. It's sometimes when I see that it's not as I want, because it's not going to it's not going to be good for community what they work with. Uh, Sometimes it's very hard for me to find correct words to communicate with them, because something is very common for you, maybe for me, but for other people not. So now I'm applying a lot of like knowledge from OPEX business part, okay, to my coaches, and and a lot of stuff from the what is it, the communication consulting, consulting module. Yeah, so nowadays I'm going that way, like, okay guys, look, this is what is written in consulting, and it's true because it works for me. And please try to follow this knowledge because really it works. Yeah.
So, really kind of creating some standard operating procedures that meet with your expectations and making sure that they buy into those processes and follow those processes. That's been sort of a game changer.
Yeah, yes, because everybody wants to grow their business, and I love to see the growth of my coaches. So that's why I'm pushing them to study. Okay, because hey guys, this one you should study. I'm giving them my books and everything. Like, hey, please, because you can, it will help you with your clients and stuff like that. Yeah.
Amazing. Have you implemented any sort of formal education process with the coaches outside of just the suggestions? Like, is there a required way that they have to communicate to you what they've assimilated from the readings and then started applying it to their clients? Or is it more just kind of open, you encourage them and let them go?
So like that, yeah, because I'm working with them every day almost, because when I'm coaching my personal clients, I'm meeting them, because they are coaching their clients over there. So I'm seeing them, but every time when they are creating their training plans, a lot of times they are giving me that plans like, please, Michael, can you check it out? If this is good way to coach them, if we choose good exercises and stuff like that. Yeah, so we are communicating a lot. Plus, we have a coaching sessions. Let's say we have a like energy system training. How to say like class. Yeah, so let's go and studying.
Amazing. What do you think? You started coaching in person, right? And then grew the online business. What are the biggest differences? And do you think it's critical that coaches start in person or not? Because you have a lot of young people joining the profession today and wanting to jump right in remotely first.
For me, no. Actually, I'm different online coach. Why? Because everybody who wants to work with me, the first is coming to my gym and I'm doing assessment, like in-person assessment. I'm teaching them, actually, the first is assessment, then I'm teaching them the proper technique. During my time, I had actually just two people who sent me just videos of their motion because they were really far away. But beside of them, everybody is coming to my gym. I'm doing what I said, and then online coaching. And most of them are coming to my gym every like 2 3 months to check their technique. And why? Because I'm giving them like new exercises, stuff like that. So that's how I do it.
Amazing. Did you just start the remote side of the business because you wanted to be able to serve more people who couldn't travel to the gym every single day, but they could come every once in a while? Or how did that sort of organically grow because of your placing the priority on the in-person?
Actually, I don't know how I don't know how it was because I had just in person clients, and then I started to do some remote coaching, and some people told me like, hey Michael, I'm sorry, we are moving, can we start online coaching? I said yes, and from that time, I don't know, probably people are started to talk each other, and bang, and it was out. And some maybe like Instagram posts maybe showed that I'm doing online coaching, and let's go. And now I have, as I said, I have 25 clients and probably maximum 27 clients, and I stop. Why? Because I don't feel comfortable to to give them enough mm, attention, because everybody has a lot of questions, and as Mike, what's his name, from OPEX, the remote coach, the best remote coach, uh,
Okay.
Smith. Sorry, Sam Smith.
Oh, Sam Smith, yeah.
Sorry, Sam Smith. He said like, okay, I'm calling with my clients once a week, so I'm trying to do the same, but to call with 25 clients, and that's a lot. That's a lot for me. Probably, I know you have probably more, but But yeah, that's enough for me.
Well, that's an extremely high value service as well. I know not our typical model would be digital weekly check-in and then monthly consultation call. But doing a weekly call is even more high value. But I guess it depends on where someone is at in their journey and how much support that you want to give them. Maybe how is the technology and the software supporting you being able to give them a lot of high touch service without having to spend time over the phone?
CoachRx. That's it. CoachRx. Yeah, because that's my software. I'm communicating through CoachRx plus phone. I don't know if I answered your question, but yeah, that's it. I really love it.
So just every day you're messaging back and forth, doing Loom
Not,
overviews of their training plan
yeah,
for the day or the week. And
yeah, not every day, but yeah, every day I'm checking what's going on with my clients. If I see that there is some kind of problem, I'm calling them like right. It actually is very good for my clients because like today I saw that one of my clients he skipped one workout plus he skipped some exercises. I called him like, hey man, what's going on? Why did you skip it? And he told me like, shit. I didn't know that I'm under that view. You are still checking my. Yeah, I said yes. He said, "Wow, this is fantastic service." So, okay, good.
amazing. I agree. I mean, I know we have those built-in mechanisms with streaks for them to have some digital accountability for completing their workouts as prescribed, but that is next level. I love that.
Yeah, maybe it's not good for my time, but that's me. I love to be as good as possible. Maybe it's not good, but yeah, that's me.
What are some of the biggest lessons that you have learned from clients as you've coached them toward their goals?
This I can say that to listen to their goals and set up the training into their goals, not set up training what I think is good for them. Because I know every time when I started, I said, okay, maybe this is your goal, but you need this. And after time, they told me, Michael, okay, I reached that, but that's not what I wanted to reach. It was like the punch to my face, like what the hell are you doing? And nowadays, yeah, I'm still I'm talking a lot, especially with my personal clients. I'm talking with them a lot. I'm asking them like, okay, guys, so you reached this goal. What about that goal? Do you like it? Yes. No. Okay. What do you want to reach in this year? Good. You want to reach this? Okay. Do you agree that to reach that we need to go step by step like this? They said, yeah. And I'm setting this pathway for my clients, and they like it. They love it. So I started to hear what they need, not what I think is good for them. That's the biggest lesson.
How do you approach when a client comes to you and they're not quite sure what they want to achieve or what their goals are? How do you help them uncover those goals?
And it's very easy because I'm doing assessment with them. And after that, I show them like, look, guys, this is the result of your assessment. I think it's just my humble idea. We should do this one. Why? Because this assessment shows that this is weak part of your body or weak part of something or whatever. Okay. No, I will. I'm showing them, hey, this is a problem and maybe we can go that way. If they agree, we go that way. If not, we are finding another way.
Absolutely. What kinds of goals? I know you have a good group of clients that are general population and then some that are obviously athletes training for something very specific. So maybe when it comes to the general population, have you noticed any trends of recent occur in the goals of clients? Like are genuinely people really focused on getting healthier body composition improvement, or are they more focused on getting stronger? And like, has that changed over time?
I think people, okay, here in Slovakia, people want to be stronger, healthier, and leaner because fortunately, not like the half of population is fat or something, but people can see the difference of people like 20 years ago and nowadays because people are getting fat and a lot of people come to me and they told me they are talking to me very honestly, like, Michael, we are fat, weak, and we don't have very good, like, healthy habits. Please change it or help us to change it. Let's go.
Is there any set of the habits that tend to be the weakest for clients that are coming to you? Like, is it mostly nutrition focused, or is it like stress and sleep?
I think nutrition, because everybody has tons of kind of food and sweets and everything, so they can go to the grocery shop and pick tons of stuff and then eat and getting fat, and yeah. So yeah, it's a problem of our not generation, but our time. When I was in the US, it was very funny because people ate a lot, but they ate a lot of unhealthy stuff. And every time they told me, oh, Michael, that's all right because it's just a piece. But they had that piece like 5 times a day. It was bad. And nowadays the same in Slovakia. So the like the nutrition stuff is the worst.
Do you feel like when you're working with clients, do you take a habit-based approach first, or how do you start to get them to think more critically about what they're fueling themselves with?
Absolutely, just to think them, because I know it from military. If I tell you like, hey, you should do it like this way, do it. People are no, no. And if I exactly as you said, I'm just trying to to change their approach. Okay, like, hey guys, you should think what you do and how it affects your body, your health, and stuff like that. Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about your thoughts on like the role of a coach and the difference between someone who doesn't maybe take this career or profession as serious, or doesn't really put that professional lens on that cap on, like, I want to be a professional coach. I guess I don't know if that makes sense as a question. How do you perceive the role of a coach and the difference between a coach and a professional coach?
Okay, professional coach has to study because no, the time is changing and very fast. There are a lot of research, and I'm telling to my coaches as well, like, hey guys, try to study some studies and try to pick the the place of information, or the source of information. And yeah, I think good coach has to study, really has to study a lot, because really a lot of stuff are like done, how to say, like, okay, like OPEX. So we have like gain, pain, sustain. There are some rules what are
Principles.
principles. Okay, it's impossible to change it because our body works like that. But there are some very good guys like this guy, okay, who are putting out a lot of good information. And what I think, I'm talking to my coaches like, hey guys, if you find good source of information and you think it's correct, apply it. How? Good. Apply it to you. So go to gym, try it, and then if it works, and apply it to your clients. And people are studying by example. People are studying and then putting out those information into themselves plus to their clients. And that's, I think, very good way how to learn. So study, apply. But coach has to working out. Coach has to work out as well, not just client. That's I. That's what I think. Maybe it's incorrect, but that's what I think.
Your best test subject, right? It's important
Yes.
that you know how what feels when you're prescribing it to someone.
Exactly. Like I told to James last week that when I started to study energy system training, the table, I went from anaerobic lactic power till anaerobic lactic endurance 3, all the way, because I wanted to feel what is it written, like really, and really it helped me a lot to understand that. And I after that I started to applying all those information into my clients. It was very good, very good. And people started to reaching their goals. Yeah, it was very, very good. And That's what I told James. Like James, I'm absolutely happy that I have those table. I'm still working with that table from 2016 every time in my office. It's on the board,
This
and
is the map progression.
yeah, it's very good for energy system training. It's very good. It's fantastic.
I agree. I stay on a map 8 through 10 most of the time.
Good. Yeah, but you know, you 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 look absolutely fantastic, and
Thank you so much.
your husband as well. I'm showing your videos to my wife, like holy shit, she looks absolutely fantastic, and my wife looks really fantastic. She's working out with me. I'm her coach. She's really in perfect shape as you, and no, I like to show people other successful people like you, your husband, James, Sam Smith, and all those guys. Like, hey guys, look, this is the example. I like it. Okay, let's go
Thank
back.
you. I appreciate that. I mean, I think I'm going to be 43 this year. So for me, the thing I'm so grateful for is that I found fitness at a young age. I
Yes.
started in through cheerleading and dance growing up, doing some weight training to support strength and conditioning for cheerleading, and fell in love. And my path down the fitness path just revealed from there. But I started lifting weights at 15 years old. So that's a lot of years training from 15 to 43. So I'm grateful for that.
Nice. So you are 82, right? Me too. Me too. Yeah, me too.
That brings up a good question. So if you could go back and do things over again, start your coaching career today, is there something you would do different?
Maybe go to competition sooner because I was still very humble and I said no, I don't want to compete. Why? Because I want to win the first place and stuff like that. And people were telling me, Michael, come on, shut the hell up and go to competition. And I told them, no, no, no. But one day they told me, Michael, there's no chance. You have to go to competition. I said, okay, go. And I won the first place. And from that time, I said to myself, Michael, why did you wait that many years to compete? So I started to compete. It was very fun, but um, after some competitions, I realized that there is uh, no, I don't know, like how to say politely, not no value or not not good result from competition because you compete, you won, or you were third or fourth, whatever. Goodbye, nothing. You were just broken. And I said, okay, I will be rather coaching people and have like money from that than compete and have nothing. So, but
So meaning your personal athletic career had to step away from that to pursue
yes,
coaching.
yes, it is. When I was much younger, I was competitive swimmer, but after that, when I realized what is the functional fitness and CrossFit, I should start to compete sooner.
Because it pushes you to grow or learn more, or what's the why behind that?
Learn more, yeah, learn more, yeah. Never mind, it's all right.
Amazing. Have you dabbled in the High Rocks event or training for that yet?
No,
No. Not popular in Slovakia yet?
no, 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 not it. I heard about it, but no.
There's been a big shift the last really 3 years, but this year in particular, I've noticed a lot of the CrossFit athletes transitioning. It's more repeatable, predictable, right? Not as much of a throw something in the hopper and see what comes out type of program design where you're running, there's more athletic events in between some of the stints of running, but they're repeatable, predictable. And so I think people are starting to like the ability to train and prepare for something more seriously. But it's definitely growing here, so I'm sure it's going to start growing there.
Yeah, I will check it out.
Actually, Henry, one of our coaches, recently trained and did a High Rocks event.
Henry Torano or Torano, is
Mhm.
it? Yeah. Oh, okay. I
What are you most excited about right now when it comes to coaching?
want to cancel. Question. Maybe the result of my clients, women who are going under the menopause, because they told me like, hey, okay, probably menopause is coming, and it created like really, for me as a coach. Again, I had to find some studies what to do with women who are on that state. Like, so now I'm working a lot with their nutrition. I'm changing their training. So that's big excitement. Like, what's going to happen? That's nowadays. Yeah, it's some kind of.
I think it's probably by nature of us all just aging that this has become so common
Yeah.
for coaches in the last 3 to 5 years. At least I'm hearing it more, but it does seem to be a very interesting challenge for a
Yes.
lot of coaches.
Yeah, because I have three in-person clients who are going under this stage, so it's kind of hard.
Some of the simple things that you can share that maybe anyone could apply to help make that process a little.
Uh,
If you're a woman who is actively training and taking care of herself, but knows that this phase of life is coming soon, I guess what are the things to think about, or maybe the things that you don't even need to really be stressed about?
I'm trying to tell them, like, please, if you feel the hot waves, or you feel the hunger, or you feel dizziness, or you feel shitty or something, think that it's just the state of your hormones. It's not the real. Okay, it's try to get over it. Okay, go to the shower, go to go to walk, or do any activation, or do something what is going to uh, change your focus. You know what I mean? Like, you feel it, okay, let's go to run, okay, or let's run, or do something to get rid of that bad feelings. Because there is one, I don't know her name, but she's a very famous doctor in the US, and she has her own podcast about women in menopause. And she said that, yeah, it's like that. It's just hormones. It will pass. Yeah, but that's the best state of your body, and you have to go through, and you have to, like, bullshitting your own brain. Like, okay, that's just your hormone. Please don't fall under that. Okay, do something different. So for that reason, I'm still creating some, like, activities for my clients. They started to run. They started to bike. Okay, I'm telling them, okay, guys, okay, girls, don't go to my gym by car, because we have, like, small town. It's like 5 minutes by bike. So I'm telling them, please try to use bike. They said, no, I'm lazy. And I'm telling them, okay, I'm going to my bike. Let's meet on some place and we will go together. So I'm creating the habits for them, stuff like that. And as well, to eat well, because my women, they are during this period, they are looking for some snacks. I was like, they told me, Mike, just a little bit of wine, a little bit of this. Come on, why?
Yeah. Yeah, I think if you, especially if you can find that the consistency in the right behaviors and the right habits before, so that that's established, then when you go through these changes, you can recognize that you may not need to deviate. You can fight through whatever those mental challenges or physical challenges are to not deviate from the habits that you've built. But more challenging for those that haven't spent the time building the habits before, and they're trying to create the habits during this time. That is because I think it could be a moment for women where they have that life-changing event that makes them recognize maybe now is the time to start my fitness. And of course, any time is a good time to start your fitness. So not that they shouldn't, but if they had started earlier and had that base. I mean, hindsight is always 2020, but I think if the more we can get that word out, if you can build a good baseline of fitness before you go through these life stages.
Exactly. You are talking from your soul because you know what you are talking about. I think you are very well prepared.
Yeah, it will come for me very soon too. And I think about it often, how will I navigate those kinds of feelings? But I know that after so many years of consistency, it'll be much easier for me to stay on track.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely.
You put in
Actually,
the hard work ahead of time, right?
yeah, okay. Man, we have something similar. I don't know how to say in English, but it's andropause. Andropause. It's
No. But I'm assuming this would be testosterone dropping and
yes, 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 yes.
what similar symptoms, just that more of a fatigue, less recovery, less
Yes, yes, yes,
vital.
yes. But I don't know. Maybe it's I'm different, but it's not working for me. I'm 42 and I still feel like I'm 15. Maybe it's the result of my strength training, but yeah, I feel still like young. I still feel like I'm 15. I don't know why.
Well, I guess like couple questions to close us off. One of I'm sure you'll know this phrase of live a larger life. And what does that phrase mean to you? And how do you kind of champion that idea to your clients?
To my clients, to be honest, first I have to find out how to live a larger life. For me, it means to actually today I was speaking about this with my wife because I told her like to live larger life. For me, it means like to be healthy, to have enough time, to have enough money, to live the life, not just to be at home. So what I do, I'm taking money like something what needs to be in the circle. So when I'm earning money, I'm giving it to somewhere to live the larger life, to travel, to spend time with my family. I don't care if it costs too much. I don't care, But yeah, I don't know if you understand, but for me to live a larger life means for me to spend the money and time for my family to live a happy life, to be together and to have good time and stuff like that. And I'm talking to my clients a lot about this. Like, okay, guys, look, I'm giving you money. What are you going to buy for it? You are going to spend time somewhere with your family and stuff like that. Yeah. As you said, larger life means for me, it means that to be happier and yeah, happier with the people who I love.
Present.
Yes, yes, exactly.
What any advice that you would want to share with new coaches that are thinking about starting in the profession or are just getting started? What advice do you have for them?
Okay, study, guys, study, and try to pick good source of information. And I think OPEX is one of the best on the market. Really, I don't care if I'm OPEX or not, but really OPEX has the probably the best knowledge, like the bunch of, or I don't know how to say, but yeah, like the group of knowledge for the coach is the best in OPEX. So it's a very good source of information. So study, apply it, and find a very good source for studying.
Important. Becoming a master or always working to become a master of your.
Yes, exactly. And what about? I'm sorry. May I have a question?
Yeah, yeah, go for it.
What do you think about the statement like live the larger life?
Yeah, I think it's changed as I've aged, but really being in the moment, thinking about like, where am I right now? How can I make the most of right now? This conversation we're having, how can I learn the most from it? How can I give the most to it? And then when I move to the next thing, be present in that because it's so easy to have your brain be all over the place. So, but yes, giving my best to every moment with the people that I'm spending time with. And of course, my family, my husband, those things like that, being the best version of me every day so I can show up and give them my best.
Nice. Good.
That's probably more a pretty OPEX answer, I think.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, perfect. How can people get a hold of you? I will link everything below, but what's your preferred channel for communication with any coaches who might want to
Instagram,
reach out? Or
probably Instagram. Instagram is okay.
amazing. And I can find you there in terms of like how to connect with you for coaching services and things like that.
Yeah, just send me a message. That's enough. That's enough. I will find. I'm checking my Instagram.
Amazing. Thank you so much for your time today, Michael. I'm always
Thank
just blown away when I connect with our coaches and have these conversations because you all are such an example of what it means to be a professional coach out in the industry. So just thank you for all that you do.
Yes, thank you too. Thank you very much for your time, and